And welcome back. It is Mornings with Pat Kreitlow on 98.9 WXCO, of course, again with our new scheduling. Myself, Chad Holmes, and Ian Welsh across the way with you at 22 after the hour and 52 after the hour during the 7 and 8 o'clock hours. And this morning, we are very happy to welcome back to the program as we do each and every month. We focus on the Wausau Sustainability, Energy, and Environment Committee, joined by Jean Abreu and Carol Lukens, both. And Jean, did I get the name right?
Yes,
okay.
You do.
I'm always worried about that because being once a month, I get all these folks that come in and it's just my mind is starting to slip away. And I've been talking about my body falling apart with you, and now my mind as well. But no, I appreciate that. And ladies, great to see you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the thing about, we were just talking as you came in, we finally truly have gotten into spring. The last couple of months when you come in March and April, we've talked about what's going on. It's been a slow start, but now we finally got the temperatures in the 70s and the 80s. And a lot of folks, and I was saying my mom is big on this in terms of planting and spending a lot of time in the backyard and really the horticulture aspect. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. Maybe a little preview here of what we're going to talk about today.
Yes. So we are going to talk about, as our plants come up, pollinators and insects also in general. They're both in steady decline, and it's due to a number of things, but there's a lot that we can do. We really need them both. Our birds need them both. And so anyway, we're going to talk about things we can do to help reverse that decline.
And I guess I'm going to ask maybe the obvious question to start. Why is it important if insects are declining?
It's extremely important because, one, pollinators in particular, we need them for our food sources. And about a third of our foods that we eat depend upon pollinators. And there are pollinators, not only insects, but also animals, birds, bats. So we depend on them for that. And then insects also are extremely important for birds, bats, all sorts of animals. So it's extremely important that we become aware of it through education and then find out how we can reverse that. We need them more than they need us.
And something that I think we're going to touch on as well today is, again, chemicals. I think a lot of folks, they go shopping for plants or for seeds. What do people need to know when it comes to, number one, when they're out there looking, and number two, the importance of having some information when it comes to the chemicals that are involved?
So
a lot of pointing around here. We're going to get you on here, Jean, pretty soon here.
So this has been an evolution for me over many years. I used to use different chemicals, and thankfully my daughter is a biologist and a researcher, and I have been learning from her and then many others over time. So anyway, the chemicals that we use to, help maybe save our plants, protect ourselves, anything that we use, though, that kills insects, kills the pollinators, affects other insects, affects other pollinators, affects then the birds, etc. So that is, I think, one of the most important things to think of. Even those that say, they may be directed only toward one insect. It spreads to others. So that's one of the big things I think that we can do. One of the most important things we can do.
Something that's, add, Jean?
And I was just going to add that a lot of times the insects, like let's say aphids, which can be a real problem, and people are like, oh my God, I need to get rid of them. But if you wait just a little while, there are predatory insects that are just looking for that kind of food. And so when we spray for aphids, and I was guilty of that early in my gardening, when I spray for aphids, I'm killing everything, including the predatory insects that will come and take care of the problem. Will not eliminate the problem, but will, take care of the problem. And so I think we have really lost touch with the whole food web of who eats who. And by letting things rest, they will take care of themselves.
One of the aspects that probably be hard is for those of us who may not be experts, and maybe some people that want to get involved, they see this time of year, they hear maybe from family and friends that, hey, it's really fun to be involved in this kind of activity. How do you get the information to know whether or not harmful pesticides are being used, or that the pollinators are being chased away, for lack of a better term? Because you talk about being attractive to the pollinators. Where do you start?
That's a really good question. I think there are a number of organizations that have really good information out there. Some are universities, also Xerces Society, XERCES. They are wonderful. They have a wealth of information. Monarch Joint Venture, you can look them up online. Monarch Watch are a few of the ones, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. So there are a number of organizations and resources that provide a lot of information, but you really have to do the searching for it. We, on the sustainability website for the city of Wausau, are also trying to get information listed, and in the city newsletter another one will be coming out, I don't know, in the next month or so. We have been trying to now add information to those to educate.
And we will have more of this discussion coming up as we continue in about 20 minutes at 7:52 in our local segments here during Mornings with Pat Kreitlow. Coming up next, it will be an information update, and then back to Matt Rothschild as he is guest hosting today. More to come here on 98.9 WXCO.